Warning! This video blog or vlog could contain harsh opinions and foul language. If you do not appreciate said content or material, well, you could just fuck right off. Greetings, Internet people. RantingRamsay here. How are you all doing today? Today, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about something that I haven't talked to you guys about in a while, and that is video games. Now, I know you guys know that I love video games. I love to play video games. And some of you may remember a video I did a few months back entitled Gaming Getting More Expensive Thanks Activision, or something along those general lines, in which I expressed a general amount of displeasure at the concept of Call of Duty Elite. And at the time, there was very, very little information available about what exactly Call of Duty Elite was, or is, or whatever you want to call it. Well, recently, much more information has come into the limelight, and it has become much more well-defined. And there's 3 articles or 3 pages that I'm going to have linked in the description that I will attempt to let you know which ones are relevant. Anyway, so basically, what we get to is the first thing that Call of Duty Elite has been more solidly defined, and basically what it is it appears to be at its core nothing more than an advanced stat tracking and social networking extension of the Call of Duty website itself, which has been or will be incorporated into consoles and mobile devices. For more details on this, check out the first linked article, which actually is not an article, it's actually the Call of Duty Elite page itself going, this is what it is and whatnot. It's basically an ability for you to track your stats on a computer or your phone or your console, apparently more in-depth than what you can already do, in addition to other social networking features. They claim it'll make it easier to find clan members, and this, that, and the other. And, you know, there's really no problem with that. That's pretty cool if you're really into these games. It appears that what they're saying is that everyone will have access to Elite and some of its functions. Check the second link in the article for what the Call of Duty Elite website or function, whatever you want to call it, will provide to you if you do not want to pay for it. So there are going to be basic functions that people can access through Elite without having to pay and here's the kicker, $50 a year. And those who choose to pay $50 a year will have access to not only more information on the Elite sites, but entitlement to other content as well, such as all the DLC within the 1-year period of your subscription will be free to you. So you pay them $50, and within that year, you get everything for free. In other words, if you sign up for Elite, say, hypothetically speaking, on January 1st, 2012, and Modern Warfare 3 releases 4 DLC content packets between January 1st, 2012 and December 31st, 2012, you will receive, according to them, all 4 of those content packets for free. Now, they have already openly declared that not all of these 4 packets within a year period, which is what they're estimating, that within 1 year period of time they will release 4 DLC packets, which seems relatively consistent with Call of Duty in the past, in that it seems like every 4 months for the hot game that was most recently released, you get a DLC content about every 3 months. So it doesn't seem like they're lying at that point. So they also promise that instead of just map packs, there will be like weapons and spec op missions and new game modes. So instead of just like bunches and bunches of new maps, they're going to give you more content, and that seems like a good thing. But one thing I have to say about how they have that particular thing set up is one of the things that I actually said, and I want to say the exact same video that I referenced when I posted this as a video response to it. I think it's called Gaming Getting More Expensive Thanks Activision. Anyway, extensions, parts of Call of Duty Elite is just an extension of what Socom or Zipper Interactive did with Socom Pro. Socom Pro is something you get for free with the purchase of Socom 4 if you bought it brand new, or were lucky enough to have to buy a used copy in which the previous owner was foolish enough to not scratch off the code on the back of the manual. So if you bought it used and there's the codes on the back of the manual, then you got lucky. The intent was if you bought it new, you get Socom Pro for free. And what Socom Pro gives you is all downloadable content for Socom 4 forever. Anything that they ever release for Socom 4, which would be paid content for people who don't have this code, you get for free from here to eternity in gaming terms. As a thank you for buying the game new instead of used, because as we all know, when you buy a game used, the publishers and developers and people who actually made the game get zero fucking money. The only people that get the money is a company like GameStop or whatever that sold you the game. And so that's it's kind of a shame that Activision decided to make people pay for the same type of loyalty that the people at Zipper Interactive decided to give you for free. Moving on, also included in the Elite package is 8 times more storage for replay theater videos. For those of you who like to make videos of their content from the game on YouTube or other video hosting websites, this is a very good thing, and many will be, and may be worth paying for you. If you like to store large amounts of video from Call of Duty because you're proud of what you did or whatever, or think it'll make an entertaining video for someone to watch here on YouTube or on another site, then that's an awesome function of Elite. They give you more space to save. Lord knows, or non-God knows, whatever you want to say, that many times while I've been playing FIFA, which has a replay theater function, I've just wanted badly for more space to store more videos, only having 5 slots and choosing, well, I guess I'm going to have to delete this one if I really want to keep that one. It's kind of frustrating, so I could see where that want would come from. If you want more video storage for your Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 videos, then Elite is definitely something you may want to think about paying for. But for people like me, as it pertains to Call of Duty itself, who only went into the replay theater to get the obligatory achievement or trophy or whatever you want to call it, means absolutely nothing. Like I said, I enjoy the replay theater function of FIFA, but when it comes to Call of Duty, I don't really care. I'm just all about having a good time and relaxing while competing against other people. I don't really care about the replay function. So people who have that sort of mindset, that's another reason to skip Call of Duty Elite. It doesn't mean shit to you because you don't need that particular function. Also, with Elite, there will be tournaments for people of different skill levels that actually have real, honest-to-God, in-life prizes, which is appealing to gamers like me who are far from the best of the best at playing these games, but still decent enough to want to test our skills against others in a tournament without having to worry about being massacred by people who are just worlds and worlds better at these games than we are. So that's kind of a nice plus too, the insurance that the people in these tournaments will be of your own skill level. Now, of course, that doesn't include the I guess you can call them trolls or spammers that will wind up creating a new name at a low level and keeping it at a low level just so they can go into these tournaments and massacre us, people who are not as skilled at playing the game. that seems to be a very real backdoor exploit glitch to this particular system, and hopefully there will be some kind of thing in place to avoid that. But I have the feeling that the skill matching that they're alluding to in these real prize tournaments will basically become irrelevant, because people who are extremely skilled at the game will probably create second or third or fourth or fifth or whatever identities simply to keep it at a low level and compete in these low level tournaments, which kind of saddens me a bit. But to basically summarize, because there's other functions, and check the different links in the description for those other functions. But what it basically, I guess it seems that I have to kind of, in a way, retract my initial reaction to Call of Duty Elite. That initially I had a very negative reaction. I had very hateful, as I was saying about having very hateful things to say about it, I accidentally clicked the spacebar on my keyboard and stopped the recording of the video. Anyway, even though I had negative things to say about Call of Duty Elite at the beginning, I have to at this point say that I can actually see the benefits of it for people of a certain mind of gaming, or people who want certain things out of it. Then it would definitely be a very valuable expenditure to some people. I personally am probably not going to invest in it unless I happen to develop some extreme amount of skill at the game and decide that it's worth it to try to make money off of it, which really seems to be the bottom line with Call of Duty Elite in both aspects, is the developers wanting to make money off of it, but you can also make money off of it as a gamer by competing in these real prize tournaments, or finding other gamers who are just as badass at you at the game and joining a clan and dominating real money tournaments in the real world. You know, so Call of Duty Elite, but I will say that there is one or two last implications that I want to talk about. The danger is the precedent that it seems to set, and this is will be talked about in the last linked article in the description. In conjunction with other establishments like World of Warcraft, which rakes in millions, and games, I use the term loosely, like Farmville, which has garnered millions of dollars of revenue through what it calls microtransactions, which each little microtransaction only costs the particular user pennies at a time, but this has seriously added up due to the amount of bored housewives and whatnot that are playing this game on Facebook and other things. Also, another thing I want to point out, and I guess the second point, would be that Xbox Live users who are already paying $50 or $45 or whatever it is dollars a month or a year to play Xbox Live are now literally doubling their expenditure by purchasing a year's worth of Call of Duty Elite. What if other games start doing this, so that people who play on Xbox Live have to pay $200 a year because they have to pay for Xbox Live, $50 a year, and then they're paying for Call of Duty Elite, and they're paying for these two other games which decided to institute some $50 per year service as well. It just seems to get a little asinine when considered in that light, that I think that it does seem to set something of a dangerous precedent. So, you know what, if what you discover from this rant and the linked articles compels you to really, really want Call of Duty Elite, then more fucking power to you, man. Go ahead and pay for that shit, because it's going to give you things that you want if you want the things that are being described, you know, so go ahead and pay for that. It's fucking commerce. It's what our goddamn country is built on. But just don't seem to think that you're going to need Call of Duty Elite to play this game online, or to play in lobbies, or to play with your friends, or blah, blah, blah. You're not going to need Elite to do that. So if that was one of the things that was making you think you didn't want to buy Modern Warfare 3 because if you didn't have Elite you wouldn't be able to play online, or it would be pay to play, or this, that, or the other, that is absolutely 100% not true. It's just an extension is basically turning gaming into kind of like a half-breeded social networking thing is really what Call of Duty Elite, really the pro, paid-for, whatever shit. That's all it is. So you can stop worrying about it. It's not as big of a demon as people like me have made it out to be in the past. Yeah, fucked up on that one. Anyway, but it does seem to set a dangerous precedent. So there you go. There you have it. I'm RantingRamsay. That is all.
Hey, did you get all that, man?
Douche.